He stares and stares at the shape, and then something clicks in his mind like a jigsaw coming into place, and now he sees the full picture, and he doesn't like it, not one bit. It's an arm. It's an arm, and it's waving at him. Knock it off, okay? Knock it off!
He tells Vinny to knock one off.
What? Just knock one off in the bush and be done with it,
Will
okay,
you just
Vinny?
go and knock one off, Vinny, please? Go and 69 yourself in the bush.
When you got up and asked me about the noise, there was one right behind you.
Oh, no thanks. Welcome to episode 69 of
Ghost Huns.
Lads. Of Ghost Huns.
Hey, Perv, I've seen you wanking.
Bit of backstory. Me and Suze are sat in the studio before we started recording. Obviously, we've got ADHD. Massively between the two of us, and I just ended up talking about spam emails, and I was looking at my phone and I just went, "Hey Perv, I've seen you wanking," and I looked up and there was poor old Tom, the office producer, just staring at me as I screamed that in his face.
And it's quite early on a Thursday morning.
It's
so
9 a.m. on a Thursday.
What a way to greet someone.
By the way,
yeah,
I can't do this anymore.
Shut up.
9 a.m.s. I can't do it.
I thought you meant the pod, and I was
No.
like, well, you have no choice. Even if you tried to defile yourself, I wouldn't...
Defile myself? Even if you tried to defile yourself. Right, I'll be back in a bit. I'm just going to defile myself.
No, if you tried to fire yourself from the podcast.
I'd never do that. I just would really prefer it if we did it after 9 a.m.
Yeah, but
I
I
just
would
can't
drag
do it
you from
anymore.
wherever you tried to hide, wherever you tried to go next. I'd be like,
Yeah.
no,
I
I'm
know,
sending
imagine.
a little car over and dragging your ass.
A little car?
Yeah, a
That
little
sounded
car
so
to come pick you
creepy.
up.
So I'm not going to fire myself or defile myself. Oh, God.
Yeah, wake up.
Suze.
Wake up, bitch. It's
I
9
can't do
a.m.
it.
What
I
of
can't do the commute. Somebody actually had the audacity to sit next to me on the tube today. And I know that's fair enough. But at the time, I was like, you dirty bastard.
Look, you need to get it in perspective, Hannah. I didn't even get a seat on the tube today.
Yeah.
All right?
What time did you have to get
I'm
up?
there holding that fucking armband
no,
that hangs from the ceiling, that little loop.
What time did you have to get up this morning?
I set my alarm for 6:50 a.m.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That doesn't
So,
exist to me anymore, that time.
I'm wearing Garnier skin tint.
Oh, do you like it?
I really like it.
I've got the Max Factor one.
Yeah, well, I bought that. Do you know what? You influenced me about Max Factor,
You
and then I
bought the
went
wrong
and
one.
bought the wrong shade, wrong tub.
Yeah, wrong shade, wrong tub. Do you know what's really nice with the skin tints? Loads of setting spray as you're putting it on. Really nice.
Oh, really?
Really lovely.
Well,
really dewy.
I quite like my Garnier.
Yeah, it's
what
nice.
do you think?
I don't think it's as dewy as you normally are, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's dulled it. It's a nice colour, though.
Yeah, maybe I'm a bit dull today.
Just spray it.
Dull Dora.
Just spray your face. Loads of moisturise. You know, loads of.
You say
loads of
keep spraying.
moisture.
Do you mean like a face mist or an actual spray? Like
Well,
Urban
a setting spray is
Decay?
pretty much the same sort of thing, isn't it? Like, it's not sticky. It's just like got loads of lovely things in it.
Face mist.
Mum's just
Talk about
texted me.
it.
What's she say?
No, can you not look at your phone, please? We're recording a podcast.
Are you here on Sunday? Milky on about all of us going out to Harry
Hannah?
and out for food. Milky. She's called
Please,
Millie. Sorry.
Okay. Face mist. Is it worth it?
Yeah.
You own one, do you? Remember, that is different to setting spray.
I don't think I know the difference.
Yes,
I don't
okay.
have a face mist. I have a setting
Face
spray.
mist is like the hydrating, it's almost like water. And I think it's maybe a con, but then loads of people are like, oh, no.
See, I think setting
Oh,
spray is a
no.
con because when I had to look at the ingredients on my setting spray, it's like hyaluronic acid, rose oil. It's like all this stuff that's nice, but it's like, why would that keep your makeup in place? Although my makeup does stay.
Which one? You use a different one to me.
I use the TikTok one.
What's the TikTok?
Qui Charrier.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. But
It's just got loads of nice things in it.
I'm the OG, Urban
What?
Decay.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Up All Night, whatever it's called.
I've got...
And it is episode 69, do you know what I mean?
Well, you're going to be 69 all night. That sounds exhausting.
Horrendous.
No, thank you.
And
I'm
can I
not
pick a
interested.
tarot? We've got a new tarot deck.
Yeah, go
And
for
you
it.
know what that means? New Shushu in the house.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
go for it.
Okay.
We had to get a new one because I kept leaving these ones in stock.
Ooh.
Gorgeous.
The first one of the deck. Obviously, it's this one.
Gorgeous. I feel like
Oh, I don't know what it means.
Oh, what is it? Have we never had it? Show me the book.
Okay, it is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of cups.
What?
It's a little hooded boy
Show
giving
me.
a woman a
blowjob.
No, it's got plants in a cup and he looks like he's giving a nice bouquet of flowers.
Let me see. We've never had that before, have we?
What does it mean? What does it mean? Does it mean my cup overfloweth with plants or something?
Oh, that's like I found the 4 and I found the how many cups was it? 5.
I think 5.
Why have I found
6,
4?
6.
No, but that's the.
And look for that
cups.
hooded
That's
bastard.
Not the thing. The hooded bastard.
Yeah. What's it saying?
La 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 la. I can't fucking find it.
Shall I look?
You look. I'll Google.
Here we go. Got it.
What?
The 6 of... I don't know what this suit actually is. What are they called? I don't know what they actually are.
What?
Cups. The 6 of cups generally represents a refreshing openness and innocence, a willingness to learn, an optimism that things will get better as we advance together in understanding. The traditional title, The Past, reminds us of our original nature when we were young and enthusiastic, when anything was possible and the future was an open book. We are to remember that this same freshness, those new possibilities are always available to us, even now.
Lovely.
That's really nice.
Ironic that we had the innocent one on episode 6. No.
I know, but because it's a new deck, I think it's like fresh, open, optimistic. It's like this new energy being brought into the...
Yeah, we've got a budget here at Ghost Huns. New fucking tarot cards.
Yeah, I love that.
Gorgeous.
Any talking points for me?
I did, and now I forgot them. Oh, I'm annoyed at Adam.
Why?
Because he came in last night, pissed, and I was already asleep. That's why I'm tired, and I'm very ratty. Very ratty.
Are you ratty?
Like this, I woke up this morning. I really didn't want to get up, and I woke up, and as we all can see, I've skipped my makeup routine. And he was like, "Is there anything I can do to help?" I was like, "Yeah, not come in at 2 a.m. and get pissed and wake me up."
Where was he?
He went out to the pub and then went.
Oh, he's not drinking.
Oh, that ended
weeks
ago. Yeah.
Oh, really?
He wasn't drinking
Lol.
for January, February, and I think he just did January. So he kind of did try Jan. So he went out with his friends and then he went to our friend Pete's birthday.
Paisley?
Yeah, Pete Paisley.
Oh.
Pete Paisley's birthday.
Didn't get an invite.
I didn't get an invite either, to be fair.
Wow, I'm surprised.
And as we all know, we are the most interesting people at that table. So, fuck you, Pete Paisley.
Yeah.
So I wasn't very happy with him. What did I have any? I don't think I did have any.
You've watched one day and cried.
Oh, I sobbed like a baby.
Yeah, I haven't.
One day on Netflix.
I need to maybe get into that.
I do completely agree with you, but it gets better.
My whole thing was I just didn't like the chemistry between the two main actors.
Yeah.
It wasn't I didn't like it. I just didn't think it existed between them.
No.
And I slightly didn't get the setup that this, like, I know he's like a posh lad with a good heart, but I went to Edinburgh University. I knew a load of posh lads, and they weren't like that.
Was everyone always climbing Arthur's seat?
No, and you know what? I never went up Arthur's seat.
Why would you?
I just didn't.
Looks really fucking hard.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I get that it's like it's a romantic fucking story, isn't it? So you kind of have to suspend your disbelief.
Yeah.
But I just, I didn't really buy it. And I was like, And then it lost me interest. But what I really want to watch.
It lost me interest.
It lost me interest. And I really want to watch True Detective season 4 because that's all about an Arctic research station where people mysteriously go missing due to supernatural causes.
Is that the one with Matthew McConaughey in?
He was in it, yeah. But I think this has got Jodie Foster now.
Oh, I need to get into True Detective because I think it would suit my taste.
Well, I haven't watched the first 3 seasons, but the idea of like supernatural on the ice, stunning.
Supernatural on the ice, like Strictly. Don't like that. Have celebrities in.
Well, that's our new show.
No, just to go back to one day, I did agree with you, because when they kiss, they go like,
What do you mean?
they're not like, it's all like,
You don't really think that it's a proper kiss?
no, it's definitely not. It's like, it's almost like they both don't want to do it. And you can tell.
Yeah.
And it's a shame, because he's a very good actor. What's his name?
Yeah, Woodall.
Do you know how fucking old he is?
He's like 27 or something.
27.
Well, she is as well, right?
Yeah, but I just, it really upsets me when people are young and good.
Yeah. Well, Taylor's all this time. I can't bear it.
I'm a jealous person, and
Yeah.
I can't.
I think he's really good, though. I think she's brilliant.
I think they're both amazing.
But
yeah.
I just think together it didn't quite gel for me.
No, I don't think it did either.
But I like them.
And then Suze told me to go and watch the film, and I watched about 3 minutes of Anne Hathaway
Yeah.
doing the dinner ladies from Yorkshire, and the 15-year-old dinner ladies.
Yeah, it's bad,
She
isn't
was
it?
like, "Oh, tell her, come on, we got to go home." And it was like, are you fucking kidding?
Who plays the other guy? The guy in that?
Jim Sturgis.
I don't know.
And Rafe Spall's in it. Did you know? And that's why you said to me the other day, Rafe
Oh,
Spall's really fit.
Can I just tell you?
But is that why? 'Cause you
No,
were-
no.
That's weird then, because
Rafe Spall, I listened to his episode with
fit.
Grace Dent, and he's
Oh,
influenced
yeah.
me with a cheese and pickle sandwich, and Hannah, fucking hell.
Did you have it?
Did I have it? It is my new... Guys, just hear me out.
This is the new.
Okay, shave a fucking block of cheddar.
Yeah, a
Shave-
block.
Shave it.
A whole block.
No, just
Great. Is the word you're looking for.
grate that.
Yeah. Shave it.
And then
Shave the cheese,
epilate
please.
your cheese. And then
Wax your cheese.
yeah, laser that shit off into a bowl.
Yeah.
Then a good dollop of mayonnaise, a bit of pepper.
See, this. I love that, but I can't imagine mayonnaise and Branston pickle together.
Don't.
Okay.
Just wait.
Okay.
Then you mix it all together and it becomes almost like a cheese paste. And
Yes.
you think,
No, I
Then
like that. I've had that before.
it's fucking amazing. Then you butter some sourdough on both sides. And quite a lot. It can be whatever you want, but this is how I did it. Butter, sourdough. Then you put your cheese paste all over it.
Right.
And it's quite thick. It's got to be quite high.
Yeah.
It's got to be like a centimetre off the bread.
Yeah.
You're not some thin fucking...
No, yeah.
Don't piss about with how much cheese you put in because it's
Yes.
important.
Yes.
Then the Branston. It's Branston pickle. You put that on the other side of the bread on top of the butter.
Big chunk, small chunk.
It's just
cardboard box.
it's Branston.
What
Whatever
do you
comes in
use?
the it's
I like
Branston.
small chunk.
I didn't know there was an option.
Yeah, small
Whatever
chunk
I've bought.
Branston.
Whatever the fuck is in it, I put and a thick layer.
Yeah.
You want it to be full
You
brown.
should always do thick layer of Branston.
Thick
yeah.
layer. Then you smush that together, and then what happens is heaven. And I started to go, oh my God, Rafe Spall. I want
Right,
him to be my new husband.
Oh, right, I see.
Because it was the most delicious sandwich. I actually can't wait to have it when I get home.
Do you know what I worry about with it? Is
Don't
that I like
worry.
Branston
Just don't
I
worry,
like
Hannah.
Branston pickle and cheese,
Yeah.
but the mayo with the cheese takes the sharpness away from the cheese.
Oh, it doesn't know.
Yeah, but I've
Not when you've shaved enough of that
I've
fucking
done it.
cheese.
I've done it. I do it for a lot of sandwiches, shaved cheese and
Yeah.
mayo, and it takes away the sharpness of the cheddar.
Well,
I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it later.
maybe you're getting a pissy type of cheese. I would
What
say
did you go mature?
this
Extra
is
mature?
this is a mature, very mature,
Yeah, I do.
very mature cheese. Yeah, it's
I'm
been
gonna
around
try
the
it
block.
and come back. I will. I am worried. But
Just don't be.
Just don't fucking worry.
Just
don't
don't
worry.
try it. Smush it, and also what's so good about it is like it's juicy.
Yeah.
It's the butter and it's melted and
Yeah.
you have to
Oh, you've
lightly
got to toast
toast,
it a little bit.
lightly.
Lightly.
So there's a slight crunch. Oh,
What
fuck.
was that noise?
Crunch. Would you like a story?
Yes, I'd love a story, please.
Okay. I can hear it, you know? I can hear... Ugh! Fuck. So this is an old story, at least in my family. It's the kind of story that gets told when you're old enough, at Christmases and birthdays. I'll admit it feels pretty good to be told it once you reach the right age. It's like you've been let into some kind of big secret the rest of the family share in hushed tones. I won't claim it to be particularly scarier than anything you've heard before. There aren't any ghosts or demons or cosmic entities. But it frightened me to death the first time I was told it, and it's had the same effect on anyone I've ever seen it told to since. It's like I didn't know what words were there. Seen it told
Seen
to
it
since.
told 2 cents.
I suppose I should get to the point. My uncle, who isn't my uncle, more my mum's dad's friend, I think, he used to work in the 60s in one of those massive depot warehouses. The ones where they store boxes and random things before they can be shipped off to where they're actually meant to be. He was broke at the time and down on his luck, and he worked as the night security at this place. The depot was a couple of miles or so from his town, just off the freeway, and surrounded by dense woods. The site was huge, a compound of individual warehouses and storage rooms with a central car park. My uncle's office was tucked away in the corner of one of these warehouses, and he always made a point to emphasise just how cavernous this place was. The way he put it, when you walked through the warehouse at night, you couldn't even see the roof, just shelves and shelves of boxes stretching up into the darkness. So every night my uncle had to arrive at midnight, walk up and down every aisle of shelves in every warehouse, and then go to his office and wait out the rest of his shift. Keep his eyes and ears peeled for any disturbances. Simple job, easy money. Mind you, he wouldn't spend much time actually patrolling the place. He said he used to play himself at poker for most of the night. So on this particular night, my uncle pulls up in his truck to the car park, right on time as always. He says it was a pretty clear night with a big, bright full moon. He remembers actually taking a moment and leaning on the side of the truck, staring up at the star-speckled sky. Out here, away from the city, you could actually see the stars properly. The air was crisp and clear. At the door to the warehouse, he sees the guy he's meant to take over from, a guy called Vinny. Now, the way my uncle described Vinny, basically, he was a nice enough guy, but not everything was working properly upstairs.
Bit mad.
If you catch my meaning.
Bit mental, Vinny.
Yeah. He was an older guy, had been working security there almost all his life, and was always coming out with these little oddities and sayings. Like, for instance, when it rained, he used to say, "Fish will come a-walking." Fish will come a-walking. Vinny sounds great.
Surely if it's wet and if there's loads of rain, they're just swimming still.
Yeah, but it's Vinny, isn't it?
Oh, Vinny.
Vinny's lost the plot years ago.
Fish will come a-walking.
Fish will come a-walking. In some grumbling, muttering sort of way. And he used to say that the government was putting zinc into cornflakes.
Brilliant.
Go on, Zinny. Zinny Vinny. Anyway, just keep in mind that my uncle didn't really take much Vinny would say too seriously,
yeah.
Okay? So my uncle walks up to Vinny and he just says, "Hey, Vinny, good night," or whatever. And straight away, he can see something is weird with Vinny, even more so than usual. Vinny's barely registered him. He's staring really intently at something far off.
Oh, I hate that. I hate it when that happens.
Past the fence of the depot near the tree line. "Everything all right, man?"
No.
Asked my uncle. Vinny turns slowly and quietly says, "There's someone behind that tree out there.
Oh, my God.
You see him? Peeking." My uncle turns to where Vinny's looking, but it's dark and the moonlight doesn't reach that far. "Look. He's peeking at us."
Peeking from around that tree.
Vinny's words gave my uncle some serious heebie-jeebies, so that he actually gets pissed off. Like, he's annoyed at the guy for scaring him right at the start of his night shift. He tells Vinny to knock it off. Knock it off, okay? Knock it off!
He tells Vinny to knock one off.
What? Just knock one off in the bush and be done with it,
Will
okay,
you just
Vinny?
go and knock one off, Vinny, please? Go and 69 yourself in the bush.
He tells Vinny to knock it off, and Vinny's...
I'm sorry, I can't stop imagining a wank.
He tells Vinny to shut up, and Vinny's off anyway, shuffling over to his car. My uncle peers again at the trees and still sees nothing, and he brushes Vinny off as either paranoid. And he brushes Vinny off as either paranoid or senile or both. He walks inside through that cavernous warehouse and he starts his patrol. There were 6 warehouses, and each warehouse had aisles A through to Z. I'm not sure I'm going to do the maths for you, but that's quite a lot of aisles to cover. My uncle goes through all of them, only his torch to light the way, but by now he's used to it. There's nothing amiss. He goes back to his little office and he switches on the radio and he starts playing cards. He spends a few uneventful hours like this. At about 3 a.m, there's suddenly a deafening clang.
Playing cards by yourself?
Yeah, I guess you can play like solitaire.
Oh, I've never understood that. I think that anyone that does that, I think you need to take a cold hard look at yourself.
Well, you're bored. You're on night shift. There's nothing else to do.
Take a book.
And it's the 60s.
A book? They still had books.
Yeah. There's a deafening clang in the distance. My uncle jumps about a foot in the air and he can tell the sounds come from the other side of the warehouse. It sounds like a heavy box or an entire shelf had fallen over. All been pushed. is the thought that he ignores.
You're being pushed by the man bacon behind the truck.
But
Oh, well, it's Forrest Gump now.
my uncle says he can remember the exact song which came on the radio at that moment. Tiptoe Through the Tulips.
I was just going to fucking say that.
No.
I was just going to go, tiptoe through the
Really?
tulips. Yeah, because it's an Insidious, isn't it? That's weird. I wish I'd have said it now.
Oh my God.
Because that would have been, I was going to say, tiptoe through the tulips.
Shit.
Because that's in that Insidious
Yeah,
film,
and it's been in a story of ours before.
So I don't think it's too mental, because as soon as I hear a song in a scary
Setting it's
or
that.
a nursery rhyme, but that'd
Yeah.
be weird if a nursery rhyme was playing on the radio.
Like Farrah Jacka.
Shall we sing it again? I am absolutely tone deaf. Can you sing?
Yeah.
Go on then.
Well, no, don't put me on the spot. You've heard me sing, and every time I sing, you're like, oh,
I
and
have
you move on to
never
something.
heard you sing.
What do you want me to sing?
The Macarena. Did you just say queer Macarena?
Queer Macarena.
Feels like a hate crime.
Hey, Macarena. Oi! Okay. Can we get into the story, please? My uncle says he can remember the exact song which came on the radio at that moment. Tiptoe Through the Tulips. Now, if you know that song, then you know how fucking unbelievably creepy it is.
Yeah.
My uncle probably would have chosen just about any other song in the world to play at that second in that lonely night. Despite absolutely categorically... Is that how you say it?
Categorically, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Despite absolutely categorically not wanting to step out of his safe little office, my uncle knows it is his job to go and check that sound out.
I don't care. I wouldn't fucking go.
Stay in your little office.
And to be honest, I did used to have a job where I had to go and walk up and down. I never did it.
Fine. She's outed herself as sleeping on the job.
I used to go to the toilets as well and sit on the floor and sleep.
Yeah, you actually did sleep on the job, right. As he steps out of the office into the warehouse, he can hear that song trailing after him. Tiptoe through tulips with me.
I'm so sorry, I'm so tired.
The words follow him as he reluctantly makes his way down aisle A, where he finds nothing wrong. He moves left and turns up aisle B, where again nothing is out of place. He repeats this process, making his way up and down the aisles by flashlight, looking for what caused that clanging noise. It's about this moment that Vinny's words from earlier in the night come back to him. Again, horrendous timing for my uncle. I'm guessing he was just about ready to shit a diamond.
Wow.
I've never heard that phrase.
I think I have. I don't understand it though. But it fucking hurt.
Yeah. He gets to aisle T and he points his flashlight down the end. And at first, he thinks everything's fine in this aisle as well. Just as he's about to continue off, he sees something way down at the other end of the aisle. There's a shape sticking out from behind the other end of the shelf.
No.
It's small and sticking out from a few meters up in the air. He's not scared at first, just confused because he can't tell what it is. His body recoils.
How does it move?
Instinctively when it starts to move. But still, he can't tell what it is, only that it's moving subtly.
No.
He stares and stares at the shape, and then something clicks in his mind like a jigsaw coming into place, and now he sees the full picture. And he doesn't like it, not one bit. It's an arm. It's an arm and it's waving at him.
Tiptoe through tulips.
He can't see the owner of this arm, he can just see it sticking horizontally from the end of the aisle. The rest of the body is obscured by the shelf. It's waving very slowly.
If it has a body.
Exactly. Moving up and down in an exaggerated,
It's very
almost...
presumptuous.
What?
It's got a body.
What, just a floating arm?
Or somebody holding an arm.
That would be worse. Okay.
Yeah.
His body recoils instinctively when it starts to move, but still he can. Oh no. Okay. It's an arm. It's an arm, and it's waving at him. He can't see the owner of this arm, he can just see it sticking horizontally from the end of the aisle. The rest of the body is obscured by the shelf. It's waving very slowly, moving up and down in an exaggerated, almost cartoonish fashion. My uncle, in a moment which shocks himself too, calls out, Hey, who's there? His voice cracks on the there, and he hopes that whoever this is hasn't heard the fear in him. The person doesn't reveal themselves, just slowly pulls their arm back, behind the shelf,
Vile.
out of sight. My uncle immediately half walks, half runs down the aisle to where the arm just was.
What? This is mad. I'd call the police and go and shit myself somewhere.
Yeah, but I don't know. The thing is, I'm very much like, I would go towards the sound.
I would run away.
So I know what the fuck is going on.
I'd run away.
Because I can't take the mystery of it.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But there was no sign of anyone there now. He hurries down past all of the aisles in that direction, past parcels and packages, but he can't find this intruder anywhere. Now, the whole time as he's searching the aisles, he can hear noises from the aisles perpendicular to him. Like whatever aisle he's in, he can make out noises just past the shelves next to him, but he can't see what's making the noises because it's obscured by the boxes and the darkness. He hears light, frantic footsteps, pitter-pattering on the floorboards adjacent to him, always just out of sight. At this point, he's probably trying to pinch himself and wake up from this entire situation because it sounds like there's somebody sprinting barefoot through this empty warehouse in the middle of the night. He gets back to aisle A, outside his office, and he can't hear any footsteps anymore, and he's starting to really freak out now, thinking he's let an intruder in and lost them. He turns and starts to search the aisles again, and his flashlight beam hits something down the end of aisle A now. It's not an arm. It's a head. The face is peeking around the shelf.
Oh.
Half obscured to the extent he has to squint to make sure he's really seeing it. In the dark and with the distance between them, he can only make out 3 features. The hair is too wild and matted for him to decide if it's a man or woman. The skin is disgustingly pale.
It's like you in the studio.
How dare you? I'm actually
To be
wearing...
fair, Susie said that herself earlier.
Yeah, no, she's bullying me, actually. So, HR, please write in.
Bullying.
The skin is disgustingly pale, and he has a horrible suspicion, as best he can see, this face is grinning at him. According to my uncle, he actually said the word "nope" under his breath before leaping into his office and locking the door. He pushed up his desk against the locked door and rushed over to the small landline phone in the corner of the office. He rang his boss, who wasn't too pleased to be awoken at 3 a.m, and then, on the instruction of the boss, called the police. My uncle says that while he's making these calls, he begins to hear a light scratching on the office door, faint, coming in small bouts every so often.
No, this is horrible.
He described it as not like someone trying to get in, just someone letting him know that they were there. The cops arrived and searched the depot and found nobody. There were more police, and more police came. The place was shut down for weeks, but that's because of what they found in one of the large boxes, one which had fallen out of place into the middle of aisle Z. There was a note, which read in neat cursive handwriting: I have no mouth, yet still I bite. I have no nose, but I can smell. I'll frolic when the moon is bright. You'll frolic with me down in hell. Nestled,
Best poem I've ever heard.
nestled alongside was a decomposing arm and a decapitated head.
Oh.
My uncle quit.
No, just carried on working.
You would.
So, was this like, do you think it was somebody then just holding the arm? Oh, it is decapitated. I called it.
Yeah, a decapitated
Maybe
head.
it was the murderer holding the arm and the head like that from behind the aisle.
Well, I don't know. Unless it's like, is it some sort of paranormal thing, or do you think that's actually like a murderer?
I think it's a murderer.
Do you think?
I think they murdered, and then I think they've gone to this place to try and find somewhere to leave the body, and it was hiding behind that tree to scope it out, and they got in there and started fucking with the guy and was like waving the arm like that.
Well, also, don't they say that murderers, psychopaths can't help but leave clues to what they've done?
Yeah, they just want it
because
to be a game.
they want the notoriety and the fame of having done whatever. So, like,
well, they want it to be a game.
Sorry to bring it back to MH370, but I will. So, that pilot, we think, left a breadcrumb by having the flight simulator do the trip down south.
Well, wouldn't he have just done that because he just wanted to figure out the route?
Possibly, but some people are like, that kind of leads us to knowing it was him.
Yeah, but I think that's just a bit of evidence. I don't think that's him being like, look at what I've done.
Maybe not.
Because they've also said that if it is suicide, the likelihood is that the reason why he did it all like so mysteriously and didn't just plow it into a rock is because he wouldn't have wanted it to be shamed and his family to be shamed with that, like, you know, the member of your family's a murderer. So that's why he did it mysteriously.
Oh, so you think that he thinks he's going to get away with never being blamed
Yeah.
for the murder of everyone?
Yes.
It's such
Or
a...
at least there's doubt. Because he's dead, so he's not going to go to prison. But I think he just wanted doubt, which is why. Because why wouldn't he just plough it into the rock?
It's a really odd thing, though. If you think that if someone's feeling like the shame of maybe committing that act, then what made them do it for 6 hours?
Well,
I don't understand the psychology.
well, they
of
also
going...
said, which I thought was very interesting, is that what they thought might have happened is that once he decompressed the cabin, and everybody had passed out,
Yeah.
he'd done the same to the cockpit, put the plane on autopilot, done the same so he passed out, and then just let the plane run out of fuel, and then everybody died peacefully.
Oh, well, that's nicer. Well done, him.
Well, it's not nice. No, I'm not saying well done. I'm saying it makes sense why it was going for so long.
Oh, I see.
Because he was just passed out. So he wasn't actually just sat there contemplating what he was doing. I mean, he's obviously a bastard.
Still,
but,
I know, yeah, it's just still
makes
odd
more
to drag
sense.
everyone else with you. It's
it's a really weird.
It's an odd power move, isn't
but
it?
didn't his wife leave him and his family? I think he just was. I think he was probably in one of those state of minds that was like, "Fuck you all! Like everyone else is happy. Why do you deserve to have a family?
Yeah.
Why am I got to be miserable? I'll fucking show you." Like there's loads of people, hundreds of people who miss all their family members, and that were like devastated by it. I could just imagine that he was like, fuck you.
Yeah, I've always said this. A man spurned, nothing more dangerous.
I mean, a woman spurn does it better.
Yeah, she'll just rip your clothes off
she'll just
rip your clothes off.
Annoy me and I'm going to have sex with you.
Yeah, no, she'll tear up your clothes and key your Mercedes. She's not going to plough the fucking plane into the sea.
Small male ego and insecurity, isn't it?
I can't bear it.
I mean, I don't know if he did do that, but it does certainly seem like he definitely did do that.
I was the only woman on an all-male lineup again.
Oh, last night?
Yeah.
Were you? Was it good?
Yeah, just always the men. Men.
Was it
men.
good?
Men.
Oh.
Susie. Men.
I saw... Was it good?
I had fun because I wrote some new bits in.
Oh, good.
And I'm telling the stalker story now.
Oh,
and
good.
I'm trying to work my way into being like, how does this work?
Because it's a longer story, it'll just take you a little bit more time.
I think so.
That's the only
I'm
reason
finding
why.
It was a nice gig, but I did kind of think, God, this is just...
I've never done that gig before.
Yeah, I thought you had.
No.
It's fine. Do you know what it was? It's just because I'm doing this 30-minute gig on the Saturday.
Oh, of course.
And I'm just a bit like, I just need to make sure I go over some bits that I will end up
yes.
doing. And I do feel a bit scarred from the Earlsfield one because that was
horrendous. Yeah,
horrendous. But anyway,
I was going to say.
Have you got a story though?
Yeah,
I want one. I want one, please,
Listen.
Hannah.
Listen
I'm tucked in.
Oh,
I've
saw
got
that.
my
You know that
Yeti.
fucking guy that we were slagging off the other day? I can't say his name.
We
I'll
slag
just
off
say it.
so many
I'll say
men.
it in 10. You need to edit this out. Or you need to mute it.
Oh, I fucking can't bear
I
it.
have seen this most recent video, and I just want.
Is that the incel one?
No, it's another one. It's just the incel guy.
Yeah.
I thought you meant the incel video.
Oh, has he put a new video up?
It's just I've read the bio as well of their Instagram, and it's just like
horrendous.
Fuck off! I'm so sick of. Mind you, we went to an award ceremony tonight, and we
misbehaved.
We misbehaved very.
Me and Hannah are like naughty kids in an assembly.
Susie made me laugh during a fucking eulogy. I was I had to do that. I was doing those, those faces where you have to. I was like,
yeah, but you know when you're like at a funeral and in a church when it's the most inappropriate time to laugh. I can't help it.
No,
it's like something sets off inside me where I'm like, I have to make.
It's
the
a
people
nervous giggle. It's a nervous thing.
I was uncomfortable because it had gone from like whacking his like head to very sincere, all in the space. It was like 0 to 100, and I couldn't help but. Okay, we probably can't talk anymore.
Do you want a story?
I would love that. Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
so this
queen.
is a very. I'm gonna be honest with you. I couldn't finish it. I was too freaked out because I was on my own in the flat last night.
I can't wait.
And I didn't finish reading it, so I don't know how it ends. Hopefully, well, I don't know. But I was really freaked
Love
out
your
last
cat,
night.
by the way.
Thank you.
Stunning.
It's the best.
Who gave
podcast
you
in the
that?
world.
Oh my God, what a
It's just
what a
some
ledge.
slag. Anyway.
Some
It
slag.
just was like, because everything, weird things keep happening, and I worry that I'm getting more and more haunted. Because last night I was just watching TV, and I had a candle on, and it was still, there was no windows open, and all of a sudden it started going,
What
and I was
did?
like, my candle, and I was like, what's this about? And then Rosie can always hear when Rosie the dog can always hear when Adam's coming in, because she'll hear the door to the floor of the flat, where
Yeah.
the flat's on. She'll hear that go. And then I'll hear the front door go, so she'll hear that door. And then all of a sudden she went like that. I heard a key in the door. Nobody.
What?
No, he wasn't there. Nobody's there.
Fuck.
Rattling. And then I was in the living room, and I heard a knock on the wall, and it's the wall to the hallway. And I was like, oh, Adam must be home. He wasn't there.
That's really weird. Apparently, there's an actual study that shows that dogs know exactly when their owners are going to come home, and not by routine.
No.
Rosie's a bit off because she's like,
yeah, no,
it's
but
not-
no, but she does. She knows exactly. She knows before I know.
before you know.
Yeah.
And the way they've done a study is that they've got like people home to their dogs at like random times. So like they'll be like, okay, come home to your Labrador at 2 instead of your normal time at 6 p.m. And the dog, before they've even turned into their road, will go up to the door
Oh, that's weird.
and start wagging the tail. And they've done all these studies. It's like animals just have this sense before.
Oh,
Yeah.
weird.
It is weird, isn't it?
Okay.
Anyway, sorry, carry on. I
So
want to hear
this
the story.
is called My Dead Girlfriend Keeps Messaging Me on Facebook. I've got screenshots and I don't know what to do. So somebody has posted about their dead girlfriend messaging them. Tonight's kind of a catalyst for this post. I just received another message, and it's worse than any of the others. My girlfriend died on the 7th of August 2012. She was involved in a 3-car collision driving home from work when someone ran a red light. Driving! Don't know what I'm doing.
Driving.
Drive responsibly. She passed away within minutes on the scene. We'd been dating for 5 years at that point. She wasn't big on the idea of marriage. It felt archaic, she said, and gave her a weird vibe, which I completely agree with. But if she had been, I would have married her within 3 months of our relationship. She was vibrant, the kind of girl that would choose a dare every time. I never do choose dare because I can't be fucking arsed.
Oh, I see.
Chooses dare every time.
Oh, I see, yeah.
She was happiest when camping, but a total technophile too. I read that as paedophile. I'm glad I said technophile.
Sorry.
Why do you look like Eileen Warnos?
You just carry on.
I can't, I'm too distracted with your 80s hairdo. Your hair is quite 80s, actually, isn't it?
It's always been Farrah Fawcett.
Very
yeah.
80s.
Yeah.
That being said, she wasn't perfect. She always said something along the lines of, if I cark it first, which I assume is die,
Cark it.
don't just say good things about me. I've never liked that. If you don't pay me out, you'll do me a disservice. I've got so many flaws, and that's just part of me. So this is for Em. The music she liked, the music she said she liked and the music she actually liked were very different. Her idea of affection was a side hug. She had really long toes like a chimpanzee.
Aw.
I hate toes. You've got weird toes, haven't you?
All right,
Weird
back to
toes.
the story,
Okay.
please.
Blah, 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 blah. I know that's tangential.
Tangential.
Tangential. I thought I was intelligent. But I don't feel right discussing her without you having an idea of what she was like. On to the meat. Em had been dead for approaching 13 months when she first messaged me. This is when it began. I'd left Emily's Facebook account activated so I could send her the occasional message, post on a wall, go through her albums. It felt too final and too un-Emily to memorialise it. I share access with her mother, Susan, meaning her mother has her login and password and has spent a total of approximately 3 minutes on the website, or on a computer total. After a little confusion, I assumed it was her, so here is the screenshot. So, there's a post here, I'm going to read it out.
Just read it out. Yeah, I'm going to read it out.
I'm going to read it out.
Yeah, I'm going to read it out.
So it's like a post on her wall, if you can remember Facebook. Do you even use it anymore?
No.
And then Emily has posted underneath it, hello. Like on the day she's dead, on the day she's been dead for 13 months. So the guy who's wrote this went, who's this? It's really weird receiving messages from Emily's account. Nothing comes. So then he says, okay, well, in future, please send me messages from your account, even if you want to discuss a page. So he's thinking it's a mum, Susan. And then Emily just puts, hello, again. That's like under a comment.
Okay.
So then November the 16th, I had received confirmation from Susan that she hadn't logged into Emily's page since the week of her death. Em knew a lot of people, so I instantly assumed this was her more tech-savvy friends fucking with me in the worst possible way. I noticed pretty much immediately that whoever was chatting with me was recycling old message from Em and my shared chat history. So basically, what happens now is she then says on the same thread, but like 2 months later, hello, let's hit up this trail this Sunday. Like this, it's been blocked out, the name of the actual trail. And he says, who the fuck is this? And she said, the wheels on the bus.
Uh-huh.
And then he put, please tell me who you are. Around February 2014, Emily started tagging herself. So this is like a few months later again.
Mm-hmm.
Emily started tagging herself in my photos. I would get notifications for them, but the tag would generally always be removed by the time I got to it. The first time I actually caught one, it felt like someone had punched me in the gut. She would tag herself in spaces where it was plausible for her to be, or where she would usually hang out. I've got a screenshot or two from April and June. These are the only ones I've caught, so they're a little bit out of the timeline. This one really freaked me out because part of this looks like a ghost. So it's like him there with his face scratched out, and she'd put her name there where that square is, but then look to the left.
It's like a face in the fucking corridor.
It looks like a face. Minging.
Okay.
Gross. Then there is another one, and it's just a blank space. It's just him, but like there's a space next to him where she would be.
Okay,
Do you
so
know what I
she's
mean?
tagging herself in like empty space next to him.
Exactly. There's nothing to actually see. It's just literally an empty space. After this period of time, I stopped being able to sleep. I was too angry to sleep. She would tag herself in random photos every couple of weeks. The friends who noticed and said something thought it was a fucked up bug. I found out recently that there have been friends who have noticed and didn't say anything. Some of them have removed me from their Facebook friends list. At some point, some of you may be wondering why I didn't just kill my Facebook profile. I wish I had. I did it for a little while. On days when I can't get out there, though, it's nice having my friends available to chat. It's nice visiting Em's page when the little green circle isn't next to her name. I was already socially reclusive when Em was alive. Her death turned me into something pretty close to a hermit. And Facebook and instant messages were and are my only real social outlets. On March 15th, I sent what I assumed was Em's hacker a message. So he said, why are you doing this? Why'd you keep tagging her? Because he'd had enough. On March 25th, I received an answer. She put, hello, hello, hello. 3 separate comments. He said, this is actually devastating. I don't know why you're doing this. She then commented, oh my God, cinnamon-scented candles. He said, go to hell. She said,
just got Tourette's. Cinnamon-scented candles.
She's got ADHD. Wheels on the bus. He said, why are you doing this?
He's like, Emily, could you please stop tagging yourself? Wheels on the bus. Okay.
I'd love a vanilla slice. He's like, just go away.
Sorry, go back.
It wasn't until I was going over these logs a few months later that I noticed she was recycling my own words as well. It sounds like a bot.
Yeah, it's like Russian bot, innit?
My response seems kind of lackluster here. I was intentionally providing him or her with emotional bait to keep them interested in their game. I was working off the assumption that the kind of person to do this would be the kind of person that would thrive on the distress of others. I was posting in tech forums looking for ways to track this person, contacting Facebook. I was posting in tech forums looking for ways to track this person and contacting Facebook. I needed to keep them around so I could gather the evidence. Before anyone asked, yes, I changed the password and all security info countless times. On the 16th of April, I received this. She said...
Buttholes and wheels on the bus.
He was like, why are you doing this? 2 months later, she goes, we should make our own jam!
Yeah, this is
It
wild.
is just gobbledygook. It's like, nah, different, no chance of passing. Nah, different, no chance of passing.
Nah, different though.
It's like, how many garage side door side, no chance of passing. It's just nonsense. This seems like word salad. Like all our conversations so far, it's just recycled from previous messages. It's just literally a ridiculously thrown together
Fine.
jumble of words. 26th of April. I hadn't received any leads. Facebook had told me that the locations her page had been accessed from, but since her death, they're all places I can account for. My home, my work, her mum's house, etc. Her last few messages had started to scare me, but I wouldn't admit it at this point. The 8th of May. I don't really have any words for this.
What, she said that?
No, this is what he's saying now. My jumper's in the dryer and it's really cold out. Really cold out. Cold. Cold. Nathan, please stop. I'm freezing. I don't know what's happening. So that's a little bit more...
human.
Yeah. Freezing is the first original word she's made. This has given me nightmares that have only started to kick in recently. I keep dreaming that she's in an ice-cold car, frozen blue and grey, and I'm standing outside in the warmth, screaming at her to open the door. She doesn't even realise I'm there. Sometimes her legs are outside with me. 26th of May. Nathan commented on her post, I'm really drunk, I miss you. Whoever's on this account, I don't give a fuck. I keep coming home from work and expecting to see you at the computer, but shouldn't I be used to that by now? And then she's commented below saying, just let me walk. Which is weird, because then he was talking about her legs being outside of the car before.
Yeah, just let her walk, Nathan. Jesus.
I wasn't actually drunk when I wrote that. She wasn't an affectionate girl, and I was always embarrassed to exchange I love yous, cuddle, and talk about how much we meant to each other. She was more comfortable with it and I was boozed up, so I used to get fake drunk a lot. That seems like a healthy relationship.
Oh dear.
Her reply is what prompted me to finally memorialise her page.
I'd get fake drunk just so I could show affection
I
to
know,
my
yeah.
girlfriend. It's like, oh, I'm so pissed
Shotting
now.
glasses
I
of
love you, I
water.
love you, I love you.
Bloody hell. Her reply is what prompted me to finally memorialise her page, thinking it might curb this behaviour. Behaviour. It might seem innocuous compared to her previous message. It's pasted from an old conversation where I was trying to convince her to let me drive her home from her friends. So she's like it's very weird. In the collision, the dashboard had crushed her. She was severed in a diagonal line from her right hip to midway down her left thigh. One of her legs was found tucked under the back seat. I'm going to leave it there for now and tell you the rest another day. So she's fucking chopped in half.
Right.
She's been chopped in half, and that's why they were talking about her walking. Do you remember, like, just let me walk? I think he's probably responsible for this car accident.
He is.
Well, isn't it weird that she was like, just let me walk, I'd rather walk. And then she ended up dying in a car crash with her legs severed.
He convinced her to get in the car.
Maybe.
Oh, Nathan. Hannah, would you like a creep of the week?
Yes, please. Creep of the week. Creep of the week.
Creep of the week. Creep of the week. Week of the creep. Oh. Okay.
I started that in the wrong tone as well, so now I'm not.
Yeah, you're bejibbled.
Bejibbled?
Okay. This is called The Ducklings in the Attic. Hey Hans, my name is Tyler. You can say my name in the pod if you wish. And I've been listening for about 2 weeks already, and what a laugh it has been. You both make me smile in the gloomiest of days.
Gorge.
This story still unnerves me till this very day, and I hope you enjoy this if you ever read it out on the pod. Heart emoji. When I was around 5 years old, me and my mum would go to my nan's every so often, sometimes for a few days or just for a day. My nan had one large bedroom and one small one. The large one managed to fit 2 beds in it, and because I was scared of the dark, I would sleep in the room with my nan. My mum would settle me into the single bed and would wish me a good night sleep before switching off the light, but leaving the door ever so slightly, so light would enter through the cracks of the door. This was enough to settle me, as I thought nothing could get me if I was in the light, and I would be safe from the boogeyman or the monster under the bed. Shortly after, my nan came into the bedroom, settling herself into her bed, and sometimes she would put the telly on for a little bit while she slowly dozed off. However, every minute or so, a slight tap from the attic floor above me would alarm me out of my slumber.
No, thank you.
At first, I told myself it was just the pipes making a clicking noise from the pressure they held travelling around the house, but the more the noise continued, the more I began to worry. I got up and asked my nan, "Nan, what's that noise?" I said, tapping her on the back, enough to wake her. "Huh?" she asked. "What's that noise?" I asked as the noise struck again. "Oh, that. It's just the ducklings in the attic. They're probably getting ready for bed like you should be," she answered, getting up off her bed and taking me back to bed. "Why are the ducklings up there, Nan?" I wondered. She responded, they had their own little home, like you and me. She gave a grin as she entered her bed once more. I knew why she said now. It was to settle me back to sleep and not frighten me, because she knew it wasn't ducklings.
There's no fucking ducklings.
It wasn't ducklings or the pipes. This would continue for some years, and not until I was 8, when my nan had moved, that she told me what the noise really was. Tyler, she said, grabbing my attention from my Nintendo Wii. Yes, Nan? I said as I looked up at her. Can you remember the noise in the attic when I lived with the big bedroom? She asked. Yeah. What about it? Are the ducklings okay? Well, the truth is there's no ducklings. The noise wasn't the house either. It was ghosts, she stated. You may think I'm having a laugh, and I wish I was, but the reason I covered it up is because I wanted you not to worry about household noises. This was good of her, considering my imagination at the time was extremely prevalent, and even the smallest things could set it off. And the ghosts told me that they would kill me if I mentioned them ever in that house, she added, taken aback. I questioned, really? Not quite convinced. She said, yes. When you got up and asked me about the noise, there was one right behind you.
Oh, no thanks.
Still to this day, we don't exactly know why these ghosts threatened my nan with keeping them a secret, but she told me she thinks it's because they didn't want their secret crimes to be exposed. Because just before she moved, she found an old human hand covered in cobwebs in the attic floorboards above where I slept. Yeah?
Like it out of the Addams Family.
Tyler, that was absolutely terrifying.
Where's this human hand come from? I need to know more. Whose hand was it?
Well, actually, Tyler, could you
us?
do a part 2 and just tell us more about,
tell
like,
us whose
where's
the
the
hand
house?
was.
Whose hand is it? Did they do
There's
a
been
criminal?
a live decapitation, hasn't there?
Lots of
this
weird
has been the
hands.
decapitation episode.
Yeah.
That woman fucking lost her legs. You found an arm.
Yeah.
There's a hand.
There's a hand.
There's a head.
This is limby. It's very limb
it's-
heavy.
Can we call this episode Limby?
Limby.
Lim-Y.
Limby.
Limby.
Limby. Limber up, bitch.
Okay, shall we do a We Get Haunted So You Don't Have to?
Yes, please, honey.
Okay, Big Suze. As we know, I hexed my arch enemy.
Oh, yeah, have you heard anything? Has she lost her hand?
No, I think she's absolutely fine. But, there's time. And I think, truly, she will get her comeuppance. Actually, what? I think she is quite miserable, so that's great.
Oh, stunning.
Yeah, great. So we're going to do yours now.
Okay.
And this is what I'm going to... We need... Have you got a arch nemesis?
I do, actually. Yeah, I've got someone in mind.
This person wronged Susie the other day, and she's like, do you know what? Yeah, go fuck yourself.
She's wronged me on so many occasions that I'm like...
But you were reminded the other day.
Yeah.
You were reminded.
Oh, God, she really boils my piss.
Shall we come up... Well, the thing is, if we come up with a different name, I don't think she's going to get hexed. So maybe we're going to have to do the name and Tim's going to have to edit it out.
I can't say it. I just feel like saying it out loud. And also, I don't know who's listening out there. They might know her.
What should we do?
Well, I'm going to think it in my head. I can see it.
I've got to say it to hex her.
Let's call her...
Slag.
T. Just T.
T.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so here we go. We're going to do a little hex. Could you do like a little...
Okay, ready?
Really get in your mind. Okay. This is a fucking long hex, by the way. I banish T.
I banished T.
You brought discord into my life.
You brought discord into my
and
life.
caused me turmoil and pain.
Do I have to repeat this?
Don't know, but yeah, I like it.
Okay,
Go for
that
it.
causes me turmoil and pain.
My life holds no place for you.
My life holds no place for you.
You will never affect me again.
You will never affect me again.
Reading this is quite funny because when you think about like she was a twat, but it seems so...
Well, it's a bit
it's a bit much, but it's fine. I banish T. My life has no room for you.
My life has no room for you.
Release your hold on me.
Release your hold on me.
Move on.
Move on.
Be gone.
Be gone.
Withdraw.
Withdraw.
Depart.
Depart.
As I begin anew and restart.
As I begin anew and restart, which
Blessed
is what
be.
that tarot is. Blessed be. It's all come full circle
my
in this
God.
episode.
And because it's
Classic
Limmy,
69. It all comes full Circle. Oh my God, we've made the 69 in an episode.
We've made 69. what fucking spiritual?
Yeah, we've done a 69 pod.
It is one of the worst things that anyone has ever created, in my opinion.
Oh, what's the point?
It's just the whole idea of it. It's just
the
horrific.
concept is just
It's just outrageous.
Like human centipede.
Do you know what? It really is, and there's no need.
No need.
There's absolutely no need. If you're trying that, you're troubled. In my opinion,
give it a go and then sack it off.
But I think you're troubled if you're putting that into a regular part of your sex routine.
Yeah,
sexing. Then you need to go and speak to somebody professionally. Okay, we're going to do one more. I bind tea.
Oh, we're really doubling down on this. Okay, great.
We're
I bind
do one
tea.
More. You will never cross my path again.
I fucking hope she doesn't. You will never cross my path again.
Or cause me hurt and pain.
The thing is, she doesn't cause me hurt and pain. She's just a bit of a bell end.
Yeah, but all right. You will never cross my path again.
You'll never cross my path again.
Or be a massive bell end. I bind you left.
I bind you left.
I bind you right.
I bind you right.
To basic bitch hell.
To basic bitch hell.
I do send.
Yeah.
Okay,
Stunning.
Would be great, excellent.
Oh.
So she's gonna get limby.
Yeah, let's hope.
Although actually, if she does end up getting
severed,
decapitated.
I don't wish like a horrible life-changing injury. I just wanted to
or death.
Yeah,
I just want falling over in public.
Yeah, or you just wet yourself at a really inopportune moment.
Yeah.
I'd like that.
Yeah. Just mental scarring.
Oh yeah, a bit
not
of that.
Physical.
Yeah.
No, I completely agree. There are lots of people I feel that way about. So I'm looking forward to doing some more hexes.
Well, I look forward to seeing if these work. We'll check in with these nemesis.
What, do you know someone who you can ask?
I actually do.
Oh, so you have a connection?
Yeah.
Great. Who is it?
I'll tell you later. Okay. Yeah, you've met them.
Ah.
Yeah, there's connections.
That's exciting, isn't it? Listen, thank you so much for joining us for our episode
also,
69.
Remember, if you are sending us a story, send it to ghosthunspod@gmail.com because we're getting some on Instagram.
Yes.
And what happens is when you send it through, it goes to our request folder and then it cuts it off. So some of these stories are half sending. So just send it to our email and we're going to try and get through.
Also, because we're stupid bitches, if it is a creep of the week, just put in the subject creep of the week. If it's agony huns for our Patreon, please put agony huns. It just makes it easier for us when we're collecting them. Do you know what I mean? Because we are stupid bitches.
We are very silly.
Remember, we are on tour. There's probably some tickets left. There aren't many.
No.
There are not many, but please go and get those. Also, if you can't get enough Ghost Huns, please go over to patreon.com/Ghost Huns. There is probably about 4 days worth of full days and nights.
Ouija boards, castles,
personal
myths,
chat,
legends,
everything.
sex chat.
Everything.
Oh, it just gets...
Agony Huns, Huns After Dark, Ghost Hunts. Go and get it at patreon.com.
We love you so much.
We love you
We will
so
see
much.
you next week.
Bye.